How do you determine whether to flip a home or keep it as a rental? Which strategy is more profitable? That is a question we get asked all the time. I personally have over 5 years' experience both flipping homes and renting properties, and today we'll be going over what is the better option for you. Hey guys, I'm Brandy Leiden, host and founder of Mom You're Not Alone. I'm also a local realtor and investor here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So let's dive into the pros and cons of flipping. First up, pro number one. So you get a quicker return on your investment. So the average time frame on a house flip is around 6 months. So keep in mind this is an average. If this is your first experience flipping a house, expect to encounter a few bumps in the road, which may very well extend your time frame. So the faster you can flip a house, the greater return on investment potential. So if you think about, a lot of people ask the question of flip a home or buy my first rental, what is my first, what's the best option for me? That's going to determine your financial situation. So if you are needing some quick cash so that you have a down payment, to buy the next rental, flipping is a great way to build cash up, and then you have cash to then buy another rental. And a lot of investors use that strategy. Pro number two on flipping is no long-term property management. So a major benefit of flipping houses is that as soon as you remodel the house and that's complete, the property is sold and you can wash your hands of this property and move on. You don't have to worry about finding tenants, collecting rent checks, maintaining the property. So you basically avoid the hassles of being a landlord. So con number one is going to be inconsistent income. So this is where you look at the opportunity cost of flipping. Opportunity cost is an economic term meaning what you give up in order to gain something else. So in other words, if your full-time job is flipping houses, you're giving up steady, consistent income from working in another career. Unless you have a career where you can hire out, contractor, property manager, project manager, and then they can manage that project for you. So of course it's possible to make money flipping. However, it'll be important to figure out if the money you earn flipping will produce more or less than your current day job if you were going to give your job up and go straight to flipping. So flipping is creating an active income. And as soon as you stop actively working, income will stop coming in. So that's a con for sure. Con number two is going to be your taxes. So flipping comes with an extra cost from buying and selling, and that includes taxes on capital gains. So any property that you buy and sell within 2 years, you're going to be paying capital gains tax. So closing costs when both buying and selling a property can add up and cut into your overall return on your investment. So let's dive into the pros and cons of renting and owning rental property. Pro number one is going to be ongoing monthly income. Buying a rental property is a long-term investment, and so if you were injured and unable to work, you would still receive monthly income from the rental. So passive income can allow you to be financially independent, build lasting wealth, and retire at some point. If you build up enough passive income to surpass your current income, that's the goal, right? You're on your way to retirement. So pro number two is going to be your property's value should increase over time. So as long as you purchase in the right place at the right time, rents and cash flow will likely rise with inflation. The longer you hold onto your rental property, the more equity you're going to build. So as the value of your rental increases year after year, so can your rent amount. All right, now let's jump into the cons. So con number one of renting is going to be risk of vacancy. So when you're investing in a rental property, you need to account and even expect between 1 to 3 months of vacancy per year. And that can add to your variable, budget, if you will. So if you can't afford to pay, let's say two to three mortgages out of the year, you'll want to put more money away before buying this rental property. And that's just going to, allow you to have that cushion and not be stressed if you can't get, a tenant in right away. So con number two, not all rental property is passive. So if you're planning on managing the property yourself, consider your rental both an investment and a part-time job. So let's dive into that a little bit more. So in order to make the rental property a true passive investment, many people choose to hire a management company to handle the day-to-day tasks like finding tenants, collecting rent checks, and responding to any maintenance requests. If you don't want to, have this as a part-time day job, you are going to have to expect, maybe 10 to 20% in rental property management expenses. So account for that if you do not have the flexibility with your current job to manage it yourself, or if you're investing out of state, your options are a little bit limited there to you managing it yourself. You probably are going to have to look for outside source for property management. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you want to learn more on how to get started flipping houses with $10K or less, check out this video below. If you got some value from this episode, make sure to like and subscribe today. Thanks.